What's going on in Gaza just makes, every time I see these pictures, just makes me sick. 60,000 people now have died in that conflict or action or whatever you want to call it.
I just don't know, like as a mom, as a human being, the images that we're seeing of starving children in Gaza are just devastating. And I don't know how we as the United States can sit by and watch that suffering and not take action. You know, one of the things that Trump promised is that, you know, there was going to be an end to the violence in Gaza. And here we are, months later, where, you know, we have to ask ourselves, does like Netanyahu have a shred of humanity? You know, and then people get really upset about, you know, well, what do you think this is? I mean, I just want to read that the definition of genocide is an act of committed with intent to destroy in whole or in part a national, ethnic, or racial religious group. And I just don't see how you don't look at Israel's blockade that has directly led to the starvation of innocent children. Like how that must be fully and immediately lifted. And humanitarian aid needs to go out and delivered to by the UN. There's so many. I mean, people are being killed trying to go get food. It's unconscionable that civilians are being killed simply trying to get aid.
Do you think Netanyahu could be accused of genocide?
Oh, absolutely. I don't see how we don't see the systematic destruction of people the way we're seeing it. And one of the things I have to be really clear about, because every time you say anything negative about what's happening in the area, you're automatically called an anti-Semite. And what I want to say is I am incredibly critical of Trump and this administration, but I'm a very proud American. I can be critical of Netanyahu and the Israeli government and be completely for the Israeli people, just like I can be incredibly critical of Hamas and support Palestinians. I mean, I just don't understand why we can't just look at this moment in history to say, were we on the right side or were we trying to politically thread a needle? And that the time for that has gone. There's a desperate need for limited supplies, but that's not an excuse to open fire on unarmed children. These are children. And I just don't